Hello friends, welcome to my channel Tech Hub. So in today's video we will see the first program in Java and the main method exploration. So let's get started with that one. So if you see our first program in Java, it looks like this one. Here this is our just comment that you can give any of the comment, that is it will tell about the main class. What is the main class? It will describe about that one, and this one is the comment for this main method, and that is our main method, and this one is the statement that we are going to execute. So if I open this .java file, you will see something like that. Just remove that one, that we will discuss later. Okay, so this is our main class with the one single line statement, hello, welcome to Java programming language, with this message only. This is our main class. This is the comment about this main class, and this comment is the about main method, that is the starting point of any application. So if I execute this one, suppose, so first I will open my terminal here, and inside this terminal we will execute this file. So as we discussed before, this is a .java file, and since Java is a platform independent, so first we have to convert this file, this .java file to .class file, because this is a high level code. This is our high level code, and that high level code has to be converted to machine language, then only machine can understand. But before to convert to machine language, this has to convert to bytecode also. What is bytecode? Bytecode is the code that can be executed by your JVM. This code has to be converted. This code has to be converted to bytecode first, and that bytecode we will give to JVM, and then JVM will convert that code into machine language, and your machine will execute that code. So converting to that code to machine level, that is not our task, that JVM will do. That is not our job here. What is our job here? Our job to write the program and to convert that source code or that high level code into the bytecode. Our job is that much only. So we have written this program. We have declared one class named main class demo, and we have declared one main method here, that is the signature is public static void main, and that main method is having a string array argument, and inside that method we have written only one single statement, that is printing a message, that is hello, welcome to Java programming language, that much only. So this code we have written, and now we have to convert this code to bytecode. So we will take the help of compiler. Okay, so before to convert this one, we will see the Java version also, because in the previous video we have seen the installation. After installation we have to execute this two command, and we have to see whether the Java is installed in your system or not. So after following that steps, you can execute this command in your console, and you can see this output. If your Java is coming like that, this currently Java version is 15, or now the latest version is 16, that you can uninstall also, no issue. And this is the Java compiler version. If you want to see the JVM version, then that is also similar. Java standard edition runtime environment, that is build 15.0.2, same only. Okay, so I'm clearing this one, so you can execute that one. So now we have to convert this code to bytecode. How we can convert that one? So we have to take the help of compiler. So this is our compiler, Java C. C means compiler, Java means Java compiler. So Java compiler, we have to supply one file. Which file? Main class demo.java. So now by this statement, what we are telling to Java compiler, we are giving to Java compiler one .java file that has to be converted to bytecode. After converting to bytecode, this main class demo.java will be converted to main class demo.class file. New file will be generated. This is our source code, this is our high level code, it will be remain same. New file, that is dot class file, will be generated with the same name, named main class demo.class. It will be converted. See, so now you can see here two files came here. Main class demo.class, this is our bytecode file, and main class demo.java, this is our source code. So now we have converted this source code to this bytecode. Now this code is platform independent. This main class demo.class, you can execute this file to any of the environment, to any of the platform. Just condition is that one, in your target machine only the JVM should be installed. If JVM is not there, then you cannot execute. So now JVM is nothing but when you install Java, JVM will come. See, this is our JVM. Before Java C, that is a compiler. Now this is JVM. Now we are giving this file to JVM, and we are getting the output also. You can see here. So this is our JVM, Java main class demo. We are supplying this main class demo.class file to this JVM, and JVM is executing that one. That is fine. You no need to give dot class, but while compiling you have to give dot Java. So this is our JVM, this one is our compiler, and this one is our JVM. We can execute in this way. So now we will see the signature. If you see the main method here, this is our class, this is just public class, this is nothing here, just one class we have declared. Inside that class we have declared one method. That method has some special signature, and this signature must be same, then only JVM can do, JVM can call. If I give this main one, and if you try, suppose I will compile again, I compiled this file again, and I am trying to execute. So now you are getting some exception here, some error. Main method not found in a class main class demo. Please define main method as public static void main in this way. So our main method should be in this way only. This is our signature of main method. Now I will compile again and I will run. So you will get the output. Now just I am clearing this console first. Sorry. Okay. So we will explore this one. We will explore this one. Why it is public? Why it is static? Why void? Why the method name is main only? And what is the use of this argument, this string array argument? So to see this explanation, so this is our signature. There are two types of signature actually. You can give remaining is same, public static void main, that is same. You can give string argument or string var args also you can give, that is same only, because string var arg is nothing but array only, but that is the variable. You can give while calling this method, you can give single argument or you can give multiple argument or you can give array also. It's up to your choice. So that is also fine. You can give this one also. Suppose if I will remove this one and I will give here var argument, that is also fine. That is also fine. I am compiling again and I am running. Same thing only. So that is up to your choice. But currently just I am just changing to argument only, string array only. So the next thing, what is the meaning of this public? The method is accessible globally, so that JVM can call this method with class name only. Suppose if this method is public, then only you can call from outside this class. From outside, who is calling? JVM is calling, because you are supplying this class main class demo. You are giving this file. In that file, JVM is calling main method only. How it is calling? Because this main method is public. If you are giving this is a private, protected or something blah blah, then JVM will not call that one. JVM will not able to call that one, because that method signature is not public. It should be public, then only can JVM call. Otherwise JVM cannot call. So that's why this method is declared as a public access modifier. Next is the static. Why it is a static? Because JVM will not create the object of your class. You are, suppose here we are supplying this class, main class demo, we are supplying this class, but JVM is, whether the JVM is creating any object for main class demo, JVM is not creating. JVM will not do with that object. JVM will not use that object at all. So that's why JVM is not creating any object unnecessarily, and JVM just, what JVM is doing? JVM is doing main class demo dot main. That's it. It's doing dot main. And inside main, JVM has to supply the variable argument also. So that variable argument JVM is supplying, and this method is being called. So that's why this is a static, because JVM is not creating any object of your class. Next is void, because JVM don't want any return type from your program, and JVM will not use that output also. JVM job is to start your program from this beginning, from the starting point. That's it. So that's why JVM will not do with any return type, and JVM will not use that result also. So that's why this signature is defined as void, means the return type of method is void only. So the method has no return type, because JVM will not do anything with the return type value. For JVM, no return type required for main method. So that's why this return type is a void. Next is main. This is the main, is the name of that method. Suppose here, if you are giving other than main, other than ABCD, XYZ, then JVM, how will JVM will know whether this is the main method? JVM will don't know. JVM will not know. So that's why this method name is given as a main. So they always, JVM is calling this main method only. That's why this method name should be main only. The main method name JVM will call, it must be named as main only. If you give any other name, then JVM will give this following error that we have already seen. JVM will not call like that. If you are giving something different, some other name, JVM will not call like that. And the last one that is very important, that is string array. What is this string array? What is this string array? String array is nothing but that is a command line argument. That is command line argument. What is command line argument? See, while you are calling, suppose we are calling this one. We are supplying to JVM this main class, and we are telling to JVM, please execute my main class demo file. But what if I say like that, please execute my main class demo file with the following parameter? JVM will do that also, no issue. Then now what is the use of this 45, 88, 99? This is the input of your program. You want to give some input to do any specific task. You want to give some input. Then how that input you can give? Wherever you are executing the program, there only you can give the input. So here you are executing your program, you can give your input here 44, 88 and 99. So here 44 is the first argument of your array, your string array. You are seeing here, this is a string array. for this string array, for the first element of array is 45 and the second element of array is 88 and the third element of array is 99, and so far it will go. You can give n number of argument, whatever argument you will give, JVM will collect that one and JVM will create a string array, and that string array JVM will pass while calling this main method. So here JVM will create an array of a string type having the value of command line interface and pass the same array to the main method argument while calling. So this is that is the use of this string array argument. Suppose now if we modify our code, so this is our code. What if we modify our code? How we can iterate that array? Suppose for int I is equals to 0, I less than args dot length I plus plus. So we are iterating. This is the traditional way. One more. Okay. Yeah. One more way is there where we can iterate this one. So first we will do in this way only. Suppose we will print system.out.println args of I position. That's it. And okay, so this is our args. Okay, so args I we will print in this way. Whatever the argument is, the first position we are printing, and we are printing the position also. In this way. So if we compile this class again, args dot length, length. Here in this string array, length is one variable because array is also an object. So in that object, a length field is declared. That length will take the length or the size of your array. So this is a length. Okay. Yeah, now the compilation is fine and we are printing. See, now if you see, let me clear this one. So if you see, first one is our message, hello, welcome to Java programming language. After that one we are running one loop, and in that loop we are printing all the elements of that array. In the first position 45, second position 88, 99 is the third position. So 0, 1, 2. You can give a number. It is not like that you can give this much only. You can give a number only. Yeah, all that you can give here. And it is not compulsory that you always will give a number only. You can give anything. Ram, Mohan, Shivam, Pradeep, see Ram, Mohan, Shivam, Pradeep. Anything. You can give name, you can give number, you can give character also, like this is our character only, because string can take anything. A B C D, E F G, everything. you can give. So this is the input. String argument is the input of your program that you can give from the command line, and you can collect into this args parameter. So this is the use of this public static void main method, and this is the starting point of application. You should not change anything. You cannot give this is a default, or this is a private or protected, anything. You cannot give this access modifier. You cannot change this static to instance, or you cannot change this void to return type to something else. That will give a problem. So you should use this signature only, then only your application will start, because this is the starting point of application. Yeah, and you can do the sum of that also. How can you do? If you want to do the sum of the number, that is very easy. That just we are sum is equals to 0, sum plus is equals to, that's it, and you can print that sum. Println dot sum. That's it. That is up to your choice what you want to do with the input. We have modified the code, so that's why we have to compile that again. What happened? Okay. See, string cannot be converted to integer. This is a string actually. This is a string. Sum we can do if it is integer only. Integer dot parse int to this one. There is a condition. To do the sum of any two number, that both types should be integer only. Both types should be number only, not integer also. Both types should be number only. So this is now a number. Now this is a number. Before it was string, because string and number you cannot do the sum of two number like that. Yeah, so this is the sum of 1874. Anything you can, if you want to test more, you can do like 5 5 5 5 6 3. How much it is? 19. Yeah, that's it. So this is the use of this string array arguments. So this is our first program in Java and the main method exploration. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section and we will discuss that also. So in the next video we will see the package. What is package, why to create package. So all this thing we will learn in the next video. So I hope you like the video. Please subscribe my YouTube channel so that you will see my video whenever I will post, because we will learn here the complete Java course thoroughly. So please subscribe my YouTube channel, and thanks for watching. Till that, bye bye, and see you in the next video.